0.
25, intercept runway 35 right, localizer.
Heading 325, intercept the localizer for 35 right, take 715.
United 1944, climb and maintain, flight level 230. South 2476, Denver departure is radar contact.
5 right approach.
Maintain 8,000 till established on the localizer, cleared ILS 35 right approach, peak 715.
United 740, flighting 160, descend and maintain 11,000.
160 heading, down to 11,000, United 740.
And 10,000, please.
Contact Denver Tower 133.3, good day.
170 knots to Franz, at Franz, contact tower 1333, peak 718. 50.
Southbound at 11,000.
Denver United 1782 is with you out of 230, descending via the French 3 arrival.
United 1782. 1782, thank you. Plan the ILS on a 35 right.
35 right, United 1782.
At 1142, we're checking in out of 297, descending via the Anchor 4.
Yeah, 1142, Denver approach. Thank you, uniform. Turn Denver up to the 3014. Plan the ILS on a 35 right.
35 right, we do have uniform, United 1142, thanks.
South 1543, plan an ILS on a 355.
35 left, Southwest 1543.
Go Denver departures, radar contact, climb and maintain 900,000. Southwest 2476, climb and maintain, flight level 230, clear X solar.
740.
United 2377, heavy, descend and maintain 10,000.
10,000, United 2377, heavy.
902.
2900, Sky, switch 409.
And Sky City 629, you're correct. You can expect direct EON shortly. For 6 Tango Tango, climb and maintain 10,000. Drake Kilo Victor, delete the speed restriction. Six Tango Tango, climb and maintain 1,000.
10,900,000, Sky, switch 409.
1544, connect Denver Center 128.37. And you guys can proceed direct Pueblo at this time.
140.
6 Tango Tango, terminating 350, climb and maintain, flight level 230.
325 heading, join the 35 right, localizer down to 9,000, United 2377.
Sky City 409, turn right heading 325, intercept runway 35 right, localizer.
Right, 325, intercept the 35 right, localizer, Sky, switch 409. Southwest 1543, yes, 14 for 9. It's going to be the Pearl.
Southwest 1543, Denver approach, morning.
Morning. Yeah, just reconfirm 35 left for Southwest 1543.
Southwest 1543, affirmative.
You?
And it's 740, reduce speed to 180.
180 knots, yeah, 740.
Point niner. Great day, sir.
United 740, turn left heading 020, intercept runway 35 right, localizer.
020, heading, join the loc, United 740.
United 2377 is a mile from Dory, cleared out left, runway 35 right approach, maintain 210 knots.
Cleared ILS 35 right, 210 knots on speed, United 2377.
Sky City 409 is 6 miles from Dory, cross Dory at or above 9,000, cleared out left, runway 35 right approach.
Dory at or above 9,000, cleared ILS 35 right, Skywas 5409.
United 740 is 4 miles from Franz, maintain 7,500 until established and localizer, cleared out left, runway 35 right approach.
7.5 to establish, clear for ILS 35 left, United, 35 right, United 740.
Southwest 1543, flighting 270, vector to final, descend and maintain 11,000.
11,000, heading 270, Southwest 1543.
United 740, maintain 170 knots to Franz. At Franz, contact Denver Tower 133.3, good day.
170 to France, tower there, 740, good day.
And we were given 310 until further time. Okay, thank you very much. United 1967.
Connected to PilotEdge.
Sky City 409, reduce speed now to 170 to Franz. At Franz, contact Denver Tower 133.3, good day.
170 to France, tower France, Skywas 5409, good day.
United 2377 heavy, maintain 170 knots to Franz. At Franz, contact Denver Tower 133.3, good day.
All right, 170 to France, and when we get there, 33.3, United 2377.
124, climb and maintain, flight level 230, clear, direct stalker. Stalker? It's on the departure you're on.
What kind of departure were you on? That was funny. I just looked at my CPU usage and I thought it said 28%, but it was 2.8, so minor panic there. Once again, we are at snowed in Denver. Except today, instead of the King Air, flying my other favorite airplane, the King Air bus. All right, so got that started. Let's get some ground crew. Hop in here. Get the airplane opened up. Here, turn on the batteries. Let's add a little bit of light in here. It's kind of dark. That's 3 on that. So, loading up. SSG 747, not really. It's going to be releasing, I read. The SSG 747. I might wait till they come out with their freighter variant because big airplanes, I like to do freighter stuff. So I'm going to have to see how long they anticipate getting that. Usually I would open the window, but it's 12 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 11 Celsius, so it's a little chilly out there. bring up some lighting. Get everybody boarding on. Get my airport tracking set up on my laptop here. We are on the south side of Bravo, or Concourse Bravo. Alright, there we are. Today's flight, I'm gonna need 6,000 tons of fuel, and we are taking 117 passengers. So a couple empty seats, not too bad. I need to figure out the CG. So zero fuel weight is 129.6. 129.6 equals 58,000 tons. 785. Let's put that in my calculator. 58,785. That's 129,600 pounds of zero fuel weight. So I subtract current zero fuel weight, 52,072, plus the 1,000 left in cargo, gets me 7713. So that's going to give me a zero fuel weight of 58,785. 58,785. So write down 58.8 because I round up to 7, and then 28.5. And takeoff weight would be 64,785. 64. So this is our takeoff weight. So you need this number, and this number. And it is really snowing. Let's get some heating going for these passengers and us. So you gotta use the APU to get environment going. While the APU is spooling up, let's so this is where I got my zero fuel weight and passengers and the fuel. So altimeter is 3014. They're taking off. We'll probably use maybe 2.5. I don't know. I'll ask them what we should plan for. See what the wind looks like. So wind is Yeah, I'm going to request 25 for departure. Current with India. So I'll double check that. And Albuquerque currently is landing on 8. So we go to PilotEdge. Don't need that. And everything else looks correct. So check out our bleeds. Bleeds are good. Cabin's starting to warm up. APU gen's available. So we'll switch to APU. Remove the GPU. Seatbelts to the full on position. Follow the flight plan, did that. Okay, we are at Caden. Airport gates, concourse B. We are at 36. So that number right there is the one we need. So we'll come down here. Eric is good. So we're doing Denver to Albuquerque. We're doing United 1399. And I'll come back to that. And we got 3951.5. 3951.5, 104.45. So that's good. Leave it on in it so we can get our clearance. Altimeter's 3014, but we have to get ATIS anyway, so let me get ATIS, make sure it's up to date. 118. So turn that up.
Okay. Do you
125.6. I was looking at the wrong thing.
entered an initial contact? You have information India.
Hey Ginnigans, how are you doing, bud?
Denver International Airport. ATIS information India.
All right,
1653 Zulu.
That ATIS
Wind
I got,
340 at 14.
or the D-ATIS rather, I got was valid. So clearance is 118.75. And ground is probably going to go on the west side, so 127.5. 27.5.
Monterey ground. Baron. At the west.
Wow, he's got a horrible
we're pressing taxi to the active.
feedback. I'm doing good, bud. Except for our gas spill last night. We had my wife and I were trying to take some gas and gas cans and put in the car, and without the right equipment, that was a disaster. So the whole house smelled like gas. And we had to air out the entire house last night, and I woke up this morning and it still smelled bad. So I opened up all the windows, and it was raining outside. It's just had a headache this morning because of the fumes, but finally the fumes are gone now. Luckily it's not hot or cold outside. It's like perfect weather to leave the windows open. Good afternoon, Denver. Clearance United 1399 at the terminal with India, IFR Albuquerque.
United 1399 Denver clearance. Clear the Albuquerque Airport, SPAS for departure. Zappa transition that has filed. Climb via the SID. Departure frequency 126.1. Squawk 5565.
Cleared to Albuquerque via the SPAS for departure. Zappa transition that has filed. Climb via the SID. Departure 126.1. Squawk 5565. United 1399.
Okay, 1399 read back is correct. It'll be runway 34 right.
And plan for 34 right, United 1399. Alright, 34 right. That makes it easy. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that
Delta India Hotel November Foxtrot Salt Lake Center, thanks. Release for departure now. Clearance is void if not off by 1815 Zulu. Time now 1805.5. If not off by 1815, call back with your intentions. Other than 1820, frequency change approved.
340. Flight plan. Oh no. Yeah, it just takes a drop of gas to stink up the whole room. Yeah, no doubt, man. I had no idea that, like, we spilled maybe a half a gallon in the garage, and you know, we grabbed a hose. I mean, it was horrible. I had a headache and everything. It's unbelievable how potent that stuff is. But my mistake was I was so tired and I was frustrated last night that dumbass me shut the garage door instead of letting it air out. So that's the only reason I woke up this morning and the whole house smelled of gas, is because the garage is, you know, is enclosed. But now I had the garage door open, I've had the house open. Yeah, and the stuff is toxic too, you know. I mean, if you get enough of it, you'll get sick. So now I know not to try to pour gas in the car in the garage ever again. Like, I'll pull the car out of the garage, and I bought an actual siphon hose to siphon gas from my gas tanks, because I bought like $80 worth of gas when that tropical storm was heading this way, and we were, you know, you don't want it to go to waste, so I'm trying to put it in the car, and it's just a disaster. Something so simple shouldn't be so hard. 34 right. And SPAS 4. Zappa. RNAV 8 Zulu. Cindia 3.
Monterey Tower, this is Baron 401 Bravo Echo.
And that would be from
November. On runway 28 left. Would it be okay to take off from
that? No.
Or 401 Bravo Echo, pardon me, Monterey Tower. That has to be coordinated with the ground controller. If you're given full length, you got to go full length. Stay there for now. Just remember that for next time.
So Kirsten,
and it'll be right downwind departure, runway 28 left at November, cleared for takeoff.
It'd be
my mistake. We're going to do a right downwind departure.
So it's going to be Kirsten.
Number 401 Bravo Echo, runway 28 left at November intersection departure, cleared for takeoff right downwind departure, please.
Cleared for takeoff at intersection November on runway 28 left for right downwind departure, 1 Bravo Echo.
Okay. Abu Ghost, how you doing there, bud? The whole gang is here. All three of us. Glad you guys could join in today on this rainy day locally. It's snowing in Denver. So it's like bad weather where I'm at. I'm going to fly out of the snow and into sunny Albuquerque. So it's going to end up a bright day. Alright, so let me get this altimeter. It was 3014.
Delta India Hotel November Foxtrot, radar contact 3.5 north to the Pocatello VOR. Altimeter 3016, altitude indicates now 7,300, climb and maintain 10,000.
301453. That's interesting.
November
Oh,
1
that's
Bravo
probably
Echo,
about
turn your
the same.
transponder on, verify altitude.
Denver's 5.
Sorry about that, and we are at 800 climbing through 900 right now. One Bravo Echo.
Denver's
November 1 Bravo
5433.
Echo, contact NorCal departure.
Over to NorCal departure now. 1 Bravo Echo.
Okay, so on init, wind request, init page 2. Weights are 58.8.
Calling NorCal Bridge, full call sign on initial call, please.
28.5.
November 401 Bravo Echo, NorCal approach, radar contact, Monterey altimeter 29996, maintain VFR.
28.5. 6.0 to 59.30. Blast out of here at 200 knots. And it's an R&P, so NDA is 5619, which is 300 radar altitude to 5860. Check the plan. Looks good to me. Alright, so we need to figure out the takeoff information. So he assigned to me 3, 4 right. TODA, takeoff distance available, 13,000 feet. 353. And our takeoff weight is 142, 826. And my weather is showing 3012, 340 at 13, otherwise correct. So our reference speed, flex temperature 64, 161 across the board. Makes it easy. Put that there. Oh. Wrong thing. Here we go. We're back. That's right. The crew are back. Crew is back. 161. 61. I think I inhaled too much gasoline, man. My headache is starting to go away, but now I feel like I'm stoned. I don't recommend that way of getting stoned. Alright, what was it? It was 64. Alright. Let's do fuel pumps. Climb via the SID, which is Spaz 4 basically says
Number 1 Bravo, act like you're leaving my airspace and probably leaving my radar coverage area as well at that altitude. Radar services terminated. Squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change approved.
Man. So used to looking at this, I can read these charts really easy. I'm so used to these. Plus it's easy to say top altitude's 23,000. Alright, so we'll set 23,000. Turn on the restraints. Climate nav is displayed. You're back to the grind after lunch. Do you eat lunch at the office, or do you like leave the job site to go pick something up and then you go back? Same with you, Abu Ghost? Yeah, that's fine, dude. I appreciate y'all dropping by, or at least letting me know you were looking in. Alright, so we got hydraulics are low. Turn on the yellow pump. That helped. Alright, so now we have to
Delta India, Hotel November Foxtrot, pardon me. Delta India, Hotel November Foxtrot, there we go. Advise when you have the ATIS over at Haley.
do a
Delta India, Hotel November Foxtrot, as of 1750 Zulu, 1750 Zulu, I've got wind 300 at 10, gust 18, 10 miles of visibility and scattered clouds at 7,000.
Check VADIC up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have closed this stop 1 operator staff event. All customers must be seated with their seatbelts securely fastened. Please ensure your seat back.
Delta India, Hotel November Foxtrot, roger, expect the NDB DME Alpha approach from Reaps.
Underneath the seat in front of you. Laptops and other systems similar size can also be placed underneath the seat in front of you for easy access after takeoff. Thank you.
Alright.
Yes, Captain. We are waiting for your instruction. Ground to flight deck. All holds and hatches are closed. Walk around complete.
So you pretty much just eat at the office. You just made a sale in the kitchen. Oh, that's right. One of y'all works out of the house, I think, right? I got long-term, short-term memory. Unless I'm repeated.
Flight deck, can you open the window and turn on music to maximum? We want to dance.
We want to dance. We want to dance. Alright, so I'm going to be using 3-4 right. So, where... Three, 4 right. Yeah, that's what I figured. So I'm going to back out to the right.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Come down to init, page 2. Fuel state is 5.9 now. Update that.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
So now it's 24 degrees, so it's warmed up a lot. Actually, I'm going to back out this way, so there's no one behind us.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
It's like it's harder to control it because it's wet surface. So it kind of slides around some, I guess. Generators available. We can start one. Yeah, yesterday's flight with that King Air flying into Denver, that was fun. Having like a Denver streak. I did a FS economy last night from Eagle into Denver using my Eclipse, but I didn't stream it or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I started to fly it on VATSIM, but then the controller, before I even got my clearance, like pretty much rage quit. So I shut down the sim since the plane's pretty easy to start up, and restarted it with PilotEdge and did the flight on PilotEdge. That controller was not having a good night. It was like one controller, and it was probably like 30 airplanes, and he was just pulling his hair out. I'm like, I can probably get to Denver on PilotEdge before I even get my clearance from this guy. Alright. So we got 2 good engines.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Set the brakes.
Tow. Stand by.
Cruise supply. Wipers are working. 3, 1. Yep, that matches. And did. $27.8, $27.9, so up 0.1. That works.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time, and have a safe flight.
Overcast day here in Denver. It's been fun though. I like that storm chasing feature to my flight route. Or I can find the airports that have bad weather if I want to fly in it, which is alright, so right, left, try the rudders, go back to engine.
Delta India Hotel, November, Foxtrot, roger.
Do terrain. Before I squawk, see my dog needs out. So I'm gonna pause it right here before I get going, and I'll be right back. So if you guys take off from back, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time. I'll be back in about 2 minutes, if that long.
Delta India Hotel, November, Foxtrot, cross Reaps at 10,000, clearing the NDB DME Alpha approach into Haley. And Delta India Hotel, November, Foxtrot, just a correction on the read back. I can't get you above 10,000, that's your filed cruise. So cross the Reaps waypoint at 10,000, just clear for the approach.
Oh, okay. Alright, Boo Ghost. Yep, we're gonna take off right now.
Ring runway 34 left. 34 right, 35 right, 35 left. Departing runways 34 right, 35 left. ILS runway 34 left, runway 34 right, ILS runway 35 left, and runway 35 right approach in use. Multiple RNW Zulu approaches in use. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Juliet. Denver International Airport, 8 TIS information, Juliet. 1753 Zulu. Wind 330 at 13. Visibility 1.5. Light snow, mist. Few clouds at 1,600. Ceiling 2,900 overcast. Temperature -11. Dew point -13. Altimeter 3014. Arriving runways 34 left, 34 right, 35 right, 35 left.
Alright, so we're with Juliet and we're rolling up to ramp hold 4 west. Wind is 340 at 13. That's fine. So, ground 27.5. What is tower for 3-4 left? Three, 4 left. One 35.3. 35.3 is tower. I'm not answering that. Denver ground, United 1399, located at ramp 4 west. Current with Juliet, ready to taxi.
United 1399, Denver ground, runway 34 right, taxi via Bravo Sierra, Foxtrot.
34 right via Bravo Sierra, Foxtrot, United 1399.
So then Hotel November Foxtrot over the NDB, contact
Foxtrot
Haley Tower
is
125.
straight ahead. Alright. Figure whoever that was calling me, if it's important, they can leave a message. So bring up taxi checklist. So with the weather the way it is, I will be turning on anti-icing. On my taxi here, just to get anything that might be on the wings off the wings. Do wing. I can't remember if they actually do anything on the ground or not. I remember reading something about it at one point, but I can't remember what it said. Yeah, they usually spray them down. Yeah, that's what I figured. But I remember, like, I actually watched it was either YouTube or I read it somewhere about, like, I researched how the anti-icing actually works on the Airbus. And I think some parts of it works on the ground, but some parts don't. I can't remember what does what at this point. That was probably last winter that I was researching that. But yeah, you're absolutely right. They have de-icing ramps that they spray stuff down. I read something about a crash years ago that someone in an airliner, like, they had ice on the wings before they were in line to take off, right? So they got really close to the airplane that was sitting in front of them, and because they wanted the jets on the airplane in front of them to melt the ice. Well, that worked. It was melting, but it was still there, so it turned to slush. So when they took off, that slush became real thick real fast. So they said that was like the worst thing to do, obviously, because the plane crashed, but that was the cause, was they were using jets in front of them to de-ice their plane, and I guess you have to use the chemical and not try to use heat, because the heat made it worse for some reason beyond my knowledge. But I thought that was pretty interesting. That, I mean, it's horrible that the plane crashed, but it's interesting to find out how it happened so they don't make those mistakes again. All right, takeoff config, system, turn on some runway lights, strobe lights. Tower, departure 126.1. Got auto brakes, signs, spoilers, our arm flaps, normal. So we got packs, that's all we got left. Takeoff data, still valid.
340
at 13.
Clear to land, wind at 30010, gust 20.
So all that is, that's all still valid. Alright, so we're at Denver Tower, United 1399, holding short, tree 4 right.
At 1399, Denver Tower on 34 right, cleared for takeoff, wind 330 at 13.
34 right, clear for takeoff, United 1399. Yeah, one of the things I did to look up this runway frequency, because it's the fastest way to look it up instead of looking at just the airport chart that has all frequencies on it. I looked up an ILS approach with this runway, and on the ILS approach it only shows one frequency specific to that runway. So that was how I was able to get the tower frequency as fast as I did. So we'll turn the packs off.
I couldn't see no procedure turn on the map from Reeds to...
Right, but there's no procedure turn depicted is what I'm trying to tell you, so that it won't say no PT if there is no PT available for you. The hold that you're seeing there at the Alien DB is the missed approach hold. You'll notice that that's dotted.
Less than 230 knots, 6,000 feet, we can go straight to Berkham.
Interesting.
So 6,000 feet. Yeah, I know. It's okay.
curious if that 8800 is too high or not. That is interesting because there's no procedure turn depicted, but there's no PT as well either, which indicates that there shouldn't be a procedure turn. If there was one, it would be on the outbound leg with the course reversal, which
6,000 feet. No, turn on the autopilot. Wind is right down the runway. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Keep runway heading here. Get to about 6,000 feet. 6,000. Climb. Autopilot on. And we're starting our left turn.
United 1399, contact departure.
Over to departure, United 13992. So now I'll go over to departure. And I'll turn these packs back on. Denver departure, United 1399. Spaz 4, leaving 7,300. Coming via the SID.
United 1399, Denver departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb, maintain flight level 230, United 1399. So, since this next waypoint has a cap of 10,000, I have to take it out of manage mode, and we are restricted to 230 knots on that first turn, and we have to remain under 280 by lean, so I'll bring this up to 250 right now. Actually, I'll bring it up to 280 knots. Because we have to maintain that until after
I'm kind of confused on this procedure as well. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I still probably would have gone straight in just because of the distance from the NDB to the airport itself.
220, I'll take out the flaps.
I still would have gone in. I mean, we're talking at or above 8,100 for an extra 4 miles, and then the last over 5 miles.
And we have icing going on, but I've got all the icing on.
I think that the need to descend that 700 feet is that significant with the distance left to go to the airport, but I guess it doesn't really say
so we'll just keep an eye on the inlet, but I've got all the icing on, so that should pan out for us. And really no point in landing lights in the clouds anyway. So we'll turn all these things off. We'll turn off radar, turn on weather radar. Just that, and climb pressure is fine, we're in the green. Let's put that on. That. Still got a lot of icing going on, but we're not in trouble. We are not in trouble. So what you're saying is just don't make stuff up as you go. Yeah, talking about what they were talking about. Yeah, I was kind of tuning them out, so I didn't get all that they were saying because I was trying to figure out what I was doing, but. Bring up this SID as an overlay. That was runway 34 right. So I can go faster than 280 at Len, after Len, I can speed up. I think I'm past Len. Yeah, I did pass Len. So we can crank this up.
Contact Denver Center 127.02.
Denver Center 127.02, United 1399. 2702. Okay. Denver Center, United 1399, 17,600 for flight level 230.
United 1399, Denver Center, roger, climb, maintain flight level 340.
Climb, maintain flight level 340, United 1399. It's 34? Yeah, 34. Alright, so we're at 18, we'll go to standard. See anything like that. That was weird. Alright, let me see what I missed here. It's almost like smart people have thought about the best solutions. In any case, I'm going to head out. Take care and have a great flight. Hey, thanks, Abu Ghost. And so true. Appreciate you spending your lunchtime with me. I'll catch you next time, bud. So I'm just keeping an eye. We're still gaining altitude, even though I have icing, but it's not affecting anything. I don't have any issues here. Seatbelts to auto. Got my ISP coming over this afternoon. For some reason my download speeds are just horrible. I updated all my drivers, my Windows, got the current build of the current OS build, updated my LAN, updated my chipset, updated everything, and I pay for a lightning speed type download, so I should be getting between 200 230 download speed, gigabyte download or whatever it's called, and I'm getting around 100, so it's like half, more than half is my download speeds are just horrible. And I really have been noticing it when I streaming it. Before I was able to download something and stream at the same time, and now it's like I have half the bandwidth I used to. So I got that Comcast guy or Xfinity coming over today. Man, it's overcast up to 22,000 feet. Wow. Should be climbing out of this. icing is getting better. There's nothing on the wings, just the inlets. But yeah, it took me like an entire day to download Call of Duty. That reminds me too, I need to update my video card, because the video card driver that just came out at the end of October is for the new Call of Duty release. It's performance upgrade for the game.
Roger.
So I'm going to update my video driver after this flight as well. Right, do some COD action this evening.
Yeah, and just a heads up, there's not really much of a benefit of canceling IFR when on that instrument approach with tower. If it's a non-towered field, it's beneficial, but I guess in this aspect, the only thing it would do would allow me to release a departure prior to your arrival, but I don't have anything in Haley. Yeah, no problem.
Still nice and warm in the cabin. Can't wait for the real depicted ice in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, I didn't see that YouTube video, but I've heard that the ice is like, you know, because the only icing that really takes place, well, not on this airplane, but like the King Air I flew yesterday, the developer of the actual airplane will show ice buildup, you know, simulate ice buildup on the wing so you see it, and then everything is simulated. So I'm not sure what the difference is between that and the Microsoft Flight Simulator, I guess, because they're simulating kind of like you know, a planet. That, I mean, that's how I've been looking at it. It's like they took a simulator that's just a planet simulator and said, oh hey, let's throw some airplanes in there. So I think as the simulator, like the planet simulator, can certainly make icing conditions and snow, because it's like, you know, like a Christmas ball, you know, you shake it up, you have snow type of thing. But see, I don't know if that will affect the airplanes that the developers put into the sim. That'd be kind of neat if it's done in like true real time or whatever. There we go, I busted out of that overcast layer. But yeah, I'd be interested to see how that actually works with airplane models, how they merge the two together, the simulated of a planet, and then they have an airplane simulator that they have to build the physics for that. So it'd be interesting if someone could like write an article somewhere to say, this is the difference between what you've been used to and what's going to be the next generation of weather related simulations, because that would just be very intriguing for me. Alright, so we're going to go full speed, or managed speed at this point. Go managed altitude. I'm going to update the wind. So we should be at the top of the climb at 1901. So we got about 9 more minutes or so. And then about 20-minute cruise. There is icing for the built-in planes. So the built-in planes are going to basically just respond to the weather conditions that they fly into. That's cool. I wonder how they all wrap it up into one. I mean, the code is just unbelievable. I mean, there's non-IT guys that are just geniuses with X-plane stuff and Lua scripts and all this stuff. I have no idea, and I would never even try to figure that stuff out, because I look at scripts and code and it just I'm done. Like, I can do airplane stuff when it comes to mashing buttons. Oh, I don't need that on anymore. You know, when it comes to mashing buttons and going through checklist, because it's very repetitive and it's just how my brain works. I'm repetitive. Like, I can solve the Rubik's Cube. It's because it's repetitive. You learn like 7 sequences, and once you know the sequences, you can solve the Rubik's Cube. Though I haven't done it in a year. It's muscle memory, so I probably would have to look at a YouTube video again, but I was able to solve it. This one of my friends taught me how to solve the Rubik's Cube, and because I love sequencing, it's just how I'm wired. That I used to play with the Rubik's Cube all the time, and then it's probably why I'm attracted to the airplane sims, because it's you know, it's rhythm. Everything is rhythm. You have flows and everything, so probably helps explain why I like this stuff. Oh, the video showed the windows in plane icing slowly. Yeah, that's definitely sounds a lot more in depth than like even what the TBM developer does. Like, he does the same thing, but he uses things like LibRain, you know, like various plugins that will simulate the icing happening on the plane. So it's almost like the plane developer makes it look like it's happening. But I think with Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's not done that way. I think the World Simulator throws the ice on the plane, at least in the stock version, like you're saying. It's just beyond any you know, anything I can't wrap my hand around it. I cannot figure out how it's done. It's neat. I mean, just the videos I've seen of how the flights are and the lighting. I mean, it almost looks more realistic than our own real planet. Like, it's almost too well done. I mean, to simulate smog, not only fog, but smog. Bring up the Cyndia 3 arrival. Zoom in on that. Go runway 8. RNAV approach from Kirsten. Got Dayton, or whatever it's called. Man, I got Albuquerque. Arrival. Cyndia 3. Date. Just want to make sure all this stuff is right. I figure I'd check it in the air since I know I'd have a longer cruise. S-band DTEC 270 between 20028, so that's good. And then we got Cyndia. And then Volcano or whatever at 250 between 14 and 16. And then we got Aside at 250 between 10 and 11, so that matches. And then I think it's Kirsten Yeah, we go Kirsten for runway 8 because I'm going to do an approach RNAV Zulu 8, and it will be from Kirsten at 9,000. And we'll take Kirsten down to Rayon, that's right, down to our whatever that is, and then Gazelle, and then Gazelle I think is the final approach fix 6,300, so 6,300, so that's correct. And then take this down to basically 300 radar altitude. So that's the game plan. Let's see what the weather is doing at Albuquerque. So weather, ABQ, wind's calm. So their wind calm operations is east flows. So that will make it easy. So in case the wind, let me see what the wind looks like around there. Doesn't look like it's going to pick up any. Looks like clear skies around Albuquerque, so I'm sure okay with what I got, but we'll go ahead and copy the active so we can make a change if I need to. And we can go to second flight plan and enter in the altimeter. So we got 29er86. I'm showing, yeah, 86. Temperature 9. Winds are 0, so 360 is 0. And then the active. Let me get this call.
Alaska 572, port 1 clearance, clear to the San Diego Lindbergh Airport Cascade 2 departure, Pauli transition, Q11 airway, Passkey, then as filed. Climb and maintain to 6,000, expect flight level 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 118.42, squawk 4117.
Alright, that was my internet service provider making sure.
For Alaska 572,
appointment reminder, I guess.
4117.
29er86. 9. Wind 360. 0. So we should park at
departure 118.42.
A3. We got a complaint. Let's see, we can start
Alaska 572, read back correct.
Let's do Sydney 3 overlay. There we go. So we can turn down the temperature in the cabin. Okay. So ALS. What fuel do we need for ALS? ALS. What's the next waypoint? I'll just look for S-band. So S-band 6.9. S-band 6.9, which is 3.1. S-band 3.1. So here's S-band 3.4. So that's going to be, we're good on fuel. So that's what I was attempting to check there. Top of descent still at 19:18. We got a few more minutes. And now my dog needs to go out, so. Denver Center, United 1399. Step away from it.
Yeah, 1399 is approved.
Thanks. My dog is needing to go out. Right back, y'all. I never got to use PE when Marcus is on. I might take a few days off this winter. Maybe I'll catch him. Yeah, he pretty much works strictly during the day. I guess seniority has its perks, you know what I mean? It's got the daytime hours. He's probably the most senior controller, I would imagine. Denver Center, United 1399, back with you.
United 1399, roger, thanks.
All right. Gizmo, how you doing, bud? What you up to this evening? I remembered. So, Albuquerque ground. Airport elevation 5355. So that's within 100, so we're good. And I am fighting a heck of a wind. 91 knot headwind. That's why it's taking us forever. Check all the ECAMs. Fuel's even. Plenty of fuel. Temperature is now cooler in the forward compared to the aft. APU should be off. Good.
United 1399, contact Albuquerque Center 134.6.
Albuquerque Center 134.6, United 1399. 34. Three, four, at 34.6.
Southwest 1467 Albuquerque Center, confirmed descending on flight level 190.
Something across flight level 190.
Southwest 1467, maintain flight level 230. 230.
Yeah, I'm fortunate definitely that I get to have Marcus as my controller every day. I think he was done talking to that guy. Albuquerque Center, United 1399, flight level 340.
United 1399 Albuquerque Center, descend via the Sandia 3 arrival Albuquerque, altimeter 29086.
Descend via the Sandia 3 arrival 29086, United 1399.
And Southwest 1467, check with LA. They claim they gave you school at flight level 250. After school, descend via the Hyder 1 arrival runway 8 transition.
After school, resume the Hyder 1 for runway 8 transition. Southwest 1467.
Southwest 1467, rather than resume, descend via the Hyder 1 arrival.
Runway 8.
Southwest 1467 will descend via the Hyder 1.
Kirsten. Zulu. Zulu 8 from Kirsten. At least that's what I'm going to request. Still got a couple minutes to go. This wind is brutal. There's a, usually the wind's not too bad because I'm heading south. I wonder if the jet stream, let me pull up the jet stream and see what that's, look what those upper surface winds are doing. Oh, yeah. Yep, that's why it's so slow. It will get a little better as I get closer to Albuquerque. But I mean, the winds are like, at these altitudes, 85 knots headwind. So my ground speed's only 420 knots, which is still pretty fast, but so the Sandia 3 allows me Asked me to descend to 9,000 for Kirsten.
Alaska 572, Portland ground advised, you have the ATIS push to Tango approved, expect runway 10 left at Echo.
Wish I could get D-ATIS in this airplane. Maybe one day the flight factor will add a
572 push to Tango
ACARS
is approved, and when we're
thing
looking
where
for the
you
ATIS, you
can
need
get
to respond with the
D-ATIS.
code, please.
Because PilotEdge has the coding needed for these third-party developers to allow you to pull in all ATIS information into some sort of like computer somewhere. Maybe it would show up on this, I don't know. ABQ, so I'm just cheating like you could in a normal airliner. So my current with Delta. Landing runways 3 and 8. Visual approaches in use. Of course, I'm going to ask for that RNAV. So we'll check ATIS as we get closer. Make sure it hasn't changed. So we can go down to 9,000. Albuquerque Center, United 1399, leaving 340.
United 1399, roger.
Whenever you leave a last assigned altitude, you have to let the controller know that you're departing it. Even though he gave me permission to descend, so I knew I could descend whenever I felt like it, but if I didn't descend at the exact moment he told me I was allowed to descend, if you wait any measurable time, then you got to let him know. Let the crew know we're getting close. Got the altitude restriction thing on. And let me see what this RNAV looks like. So I got I'm guessing 4, 5, 6, 7. I want 190 knots at Kirsten. So we're gonna pop open Kirsten. I'm gonna change that 210 to 190. Update the wind one last time. The winds now are 300 at 4. And I'll double check that again as we get a little bit lower. Sometimes they give me a center frequency 120. I swear that internet guy is here early. I'm gonna scream. So I don't think runway 8 has...
1399, contact Albuquerque Center 124.32.
Albuquerque Center 124.32, United 1399. IMC. Albuquerque Center, United 1399, descending via the Sandia 3, leaving flight level 238.
Okay, 1399 Albuquerque Center, roger. Altimeter 2986, and it'll be expect runway 8 this morning.
2986, and I'll plan for runway 8, United 1399. Alright, yep, there's no ILS. Yeah, there's no ILS to worry about, so we're gonna plan for Albuquerque 8, so we're 60 miles away.
Last 572, 4-lane ground, runway 10 left at Echo, taxi via Tango, Echo 3, Echo.
It's pretty cool how we left Denver in a horrible snow, IMC, icing everywhere, and now we're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where it's barely a cloud in the sky. Although it is colder than I anticipated it would be in Albuquerque. It's 54 Fahrenheit, 12 Celsius. So that's, I thought it would be hotter than that, but still I went from like 14 Fahrenheit to this, so. So the RNAV allows me to go to 6,300. 2740.
Albuquerque International Airport. 8 Information Delta. 1852 Zulu. Wind variable at 4. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 12. Dew point -10. Altimeter 2986. Arriving and departing runways 3-8. Visual approaches in use.
Solid 1467, contact Phoenix Bridge 13
departures. Contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Delta. Yeah.
So it's 1467 Phoenix Bridge, roger. Altimeter 2987, expect ILS runway 8 approach.
So missed approach, I would climb to 6,000, climbing right turn to 8,000, direct to the Albuquerque VOR. So it will just be a U-turn to the right, climbing to 8,000. Alright, so we got, we're 1,000 feet from transition altitude, so 2986. My simulator is showing 2986, so that matches perfectly. Next landing weight 65 tons. We're at 62.2. $290 4. No, I had it right the first time. 300. Yeah. Holla, Melon. What's up, buddy? Just in time for the landing. This is the Mr. X payware version of Albuquerque. So it's a really well done airport. And I'm going to bring up this RNAV approach.
Okay, 1399, contact Albuquerque, approach 127.4.
Albuquerque approach 127.4, United 1399. 27.4. Albuquerque approach, United 1399, descending via this India 3. Runway 8 transition, leaving 16,100, current with Delta, request RNAV Zulu, runway 8 from Kirsten.
Okay, 1399 Albuquerque approach, good afternoon, altimeter is 2986 at Kirsten, clear the RNAV Zulu, runway 8 approach.
Roger at Kirsten, cleared the RNAV Zulu, runway 8 approach, United 1399. Alright, so we are clear the approach, so we're going to take this down to
Southwest 1467,
63.
contact Phoenix approach 120.4.
120.4, Southwest 1467.
And then we'll follow her in there.
Phoenix approach, Southwest 1467, we're heading through 9,000, Hyder 1.
Southwest 1467, Phoenix approach, good afternoon. At Jamel, cleared ILS runway 8 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 8 at Jamel, Southwest 1467.
Oh, there it goes. Okay. Easier to have the airport actually on here for taxi purposes. I'm probably going to exit Alpha 8. Turn the seatbelts on.
Alaska 572, contact departure.
Portland departure, Alaska 572, climbing through 2,700 for 6,000.
Alaska 572, Portland departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000.
Up to 15,000 for Alaska 572.
Low.
572 VFR traffic is 2 o'clock, 2 miles, same direction, altitude indicates 5,200, type in on altitude unverified.
Winds 94.
We have them on T-test for Alaska 572.
0, 9, 4 at 4. Temperature is 12. That will help with the landing. So missed approach altitude is 8,000 final approach fix is Gazelle. Tower 120.3.
So it's 1467, contact Phoenix Tower 118.7.
187, so it's 1467.
So it's 1467, Phoenix Tower, wind calm, runway 8, cleared to land. Alaska 572, contact Seattle Center 121.4.
Seattle Center 121.4 for Alaska 572.
Monitor speed, make sure everything is good. There's the airport.
Alaska 572, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Spoilers are hard to do.
Yeah, 1399, contact Albuquerque Tower 120.3.
Albuquerque Tower 120.3, United 1399. Albuquerque Tower, United 1399, RNAV runway 8.
Yeah, 1399, Albuquerque Tower, wind variable at 4, runway 8, clear to land.
Runway 8, clear to land, United 1399.
Alaska 572, Seattle Center under climb and maintain flight level 350.
Is Twitch giving you a hard time? Every day? Yeah. For some reason, their servers are not as good as they should be.
1467, straight ahead to join Charlie to the ramp. Stay on this frequency. Have a good day.
Straight ahead, Charlie to the ramp, San frequency 71467. Have a good day.
Alright, missed approach is set.
Approaching.
Wind is a tiny bit of a crosswind, but nothing that we'll even notice. Clear sailing.
Above. Minimum 500. 400. 300.
Autopilot off.
200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard 10, 5.
What the? I think I didn't turn off the autopilot in time, kind of messed up the trim. Still got a safe good landing out of it, but I had to like really pull back on the yoke for that to work.
Okay, 1399 a left wind, you're able, Alpha to the ramp, monitor ground point 9er.
Left to enable, Alpha to the ramp, ground, point 9er, yeah, 1399, thanks, we'll see you. I waited too long to turn off the autopilot. That's why I had to yank back on the yoke so hard, but see, autopilot's acting weird. Let's turn off the flight director. I can stream Netflix 4K, watching 1080 YouTube videos and download stuff through Steam, and you have Fortnite update. Whoops. Nothing is affected except Twitch. Yeah, it's definitely Twitch. Weekends, it's like on my OBS I have 3 lights, like a traffic light, you know, red, yellow, and green. So on weekends I get a lot more yellow just because Twitch is horrible with their servers. Fly by hand. Oh, I was flying it by hand, but what happened was there's a minimum, which was like 300 radar altitude, and I should have removed the autopilot prior to the 300 radar altitude or 5,620 MSL, but because I waited till I was actually lower than that altitude, the autopilot messes up. And it's probably just a sim bug. I would highly doubt the real plane would do that. But yeah, it kind of like messes up the autopilot to where it makes it hard to have control. Like I almost had to press it twice or something. Let's just weird. But that only happens if, because you're supposed to turn off the autopilot prior to minimums on an RNAV, and I didn't. So that's why it happened. But yeah, I was flying it by, I usually fly it by hand. I just like doing R&P approaches because they're fun. Good timing on this flight. Comcast guy is supposed to be here between 3 and 5, and 3 is in 15 minutes from where I'm at. It's because the APU's on. Turn them off. Kill the gas pumps. Disconnect from that. Crew supply. That off. Alright, so you can come over here. Close that door. And sometimes this crashes the sim for some reason at this airport, but give it a try anyway. Doesn't always crash it, so maybe you'll be nice and won't crash. Like the sim crashes on playback. I don't know if it was this beta, the Airbus, or a different one that crashed all the time on playback, but you got, like, I really had to pull back, but I flared enough. was like a 737 VMAX issue, right? Autopilot issue. Let's check out the Eclipse. The Eclipse building. There's the Eclipse building. Cool. It looked good. Yeah, the landing was good. It was all because I messed up on the autopilot, but any landing you can walk away from, right? Let me see if I can find some. Where are we at? Albuquerque. Let's see if Albuquerque has any streaming ATC. So, Mr. Mellon, Gizmo, friends, we'll see you all next time. Tomorrow, I just never know when I have appointments. So I should be here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Appreciate the talk, spending time with me this afternoon, and I will catch y'all later. Y'all have a good rest of your week. See you later. Chase out.
Approach SkyWest 5448. What did you say the winds were at the airport?
Calling approach again.
Yeah, SkyWest 5448. We were wondering what the winds were down there at the airport.
Winds are 210 at Niner.
All right, thanks.
You guys still want runway
8? Yes, please.
All right, SkyWest 5448. This is to maintain 8,000. Expect vectors visual approach runway 8 and fly heading 120. Make it 130 vector for the approach.
Heading 130 and down to 8,000, SkyWest 5448.
Albuquerque approach, Sky 7393.
So 7393 at Albuquerque approach.
Yeah, we are like 36 miles out of the airport at 11,500. We're trying to go for inbound, full stop.
That's 7393 at Albuquerque approach, roger. For now, expect runway 21, altitude at or above 8,000.
Out about 8,000, expecting runway 21, Sky 7393.
Sky 5448, winds are 200 at 10, gust to 15. You want to stick with runway
8? SkyWest 5448, affirmative.
Okay, not a problem, sir. And descend to maintain 8,000 for Sky 5448.
Down 8,000, SkyWest 5448.
Sky 5448, turn right heading 160. I need to square you up for traffic.
Roger, heading 160, Sky 5448.
Departure AC 4313, 7,000, 5,900,000.
AC 4313, I'm okay, departure radar, contact, line maintain, flight level 200.
Flight level 200, AC 4313.
Skywest 5448, the airport's at your 9 o'clock, 12 mile.
Skywest 5448, we have the airport in sight.
Skywest 5448, cleared visual approach, runway 8.
Cleared the visual approach, runway 8, Skywest 5448.
AC 4313, leaving 11,000, clear direct Corona.
11,000 Corona, AC 4313.